I hear a buzzing sound.
Yeah, I hear a buzzing sound too.
Yo, what up, what up, what up? This is the Collective Podcast. This is episode 52, the anniversary edition.
Yes, sir.
1 year with these brothers right here.
Yeah, we got it, fellas.
1 year. And our guest host is coming through, Anthony Cobbs. He's been here quite a bit over the last quarter, so we definitely appreciate him, and we appreciate all of you for tuning in. Oh, he disappeared again. We appreciate you guys so much. Without you, we wouldn't be here. Like, we wouldn't have a reason to be here without you. So again, I say thank you. Please make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. I want to say that to my partners here too. We need likes, comments. Well, you guys are subscribed, but go ahead and like it so we can get the likes up. And then, of course, let's get likes, comments, and subscriptions. Thank you for joining in. This is episode 52. This is 1 year. 1 year. The Collective Podcast. Let's give ourselves a hand for that. 1 year. 1 year in the game. 1 year in the game. I keep disappearing. 1 year in the game. Yo, we appreciate you. This is the Collective Podcast brought to you by Recon Credit Repair and Legal Hustle Apparel. Legal Hustle Apparel is at thelegalhustle.com. Recon Credit Repair is at reconcreditrepair.com. That's easy breezy. I am AC from LA. To my left, I have Rodney Saucier Sr., a.k.a. Saucier _Senior. And then below us, we have my man, my mellow, TreVon L. Hopson, a.k.a. Trey _Hop. Together, we are the Collective Podcast. We've been doing this for a year. And then we let this dude hang out with us a little bit. This is Rodney's grandson, Anthony Cobbs. Anthony Cobbs out of Long Beach Polytechnic and also the University of California at Los Angeles. Shout out to AC Sports Live.
Hey, man, I got a technical difficulty right now. I still got that feedback sound. Can you hear it?
We cannot now.
I got 3 devices sitting by each other. That might be what the problem is. So I might have to pop out, take one of these laptops in the house. But that's the only thing that's new on my desk.
So, okay.
I'll be back.
Okay, well, work it out, brother. Work it out. So shout out to Elaine Williams, longtime viewer and listener. She's telling us happy anniversary and congratulating us. Thank you, Elaine. We appreciate you. My man, my mellow, Dietrich in the house, congratulating us on 1 year. Thank you, Dietrich. Yep. We appreciate you.
Thanks, brother, for the support.
Yes, sir. We got Gus Jacinto checking in on LinkedIn. I'm doing well, sir. How are you? Okay, Dietrich heard the feedback. You heard the feedback from Cobbs, or you still hear feedback, Dietrich? Actually, I don't need to flash that. Let me check this private chat because people be having nosebleeds and stuff. Yeah, I turned the volume off because I was finishing up a Zoom meeting with the client. Right.
I can still hear the feedback though.
I do too.
Okay, so I don't know. What do we do?
I think it's yours.
But mine, what? What's happening?
Feedback somewhere, maybe in the mic or something. It's getting louder now.
It's got louder.
What about now?
It's louder.
It's louder.
It's off. It's back.
Is it off?
No,
it's not off.
Quieter.
This is hilarious. Facebook open?
And you're giving the echo now.
Even though I have echo cancellation on. That's hilarious. What about now?
No echo. but still hear the
Feedback
feedback.
is still there.
I don't know what it's
We waited for 1 whole year to have this feedback.
Yeah, like, all right, well, let's go. All right, I'm gonna switch it up. Yeah, they won't just let us be great. Like, all right, let me work this out.
Hey, this is something we work through. We work through COVID.
You guys go ahead and talk. I'm gonna figure this out.
Right on.
Yeah, they won't just.
I'm just glad it's not me.
Like,
Because I was feeling insecure about it.
You guys go ahead and talk. I'm gonna figure this out.
I'm feeling insecure about it. I'm like, hey man,
Right.
I'm a tech dude and I can't figure this out. I feel bad.
Right. Whatever it is, it's gone now, AC.
Yeah, it wasn't you. It was Carter.
Carter.
'Cause
So
he muted, and now we don't hear it at all.
you see him how he blamed your boy real quick. Ain't that just like a referee? You always trying to. Just feel like I got fired. Just feel like I got fired. I got fired.
Flexed and said, "Let me take one of my 5 laptops in the house."
Oh, that ain't a flex. He can work laptops. He didn't mind.
Hey man, I think it's those Apple products. He needs to switch to Android.
If I get this vaccine, I'm gonna be all messed up. They're gonna put a chip in my arm.
I knew he was about
nobody's
couldn't
nobody's switching. Nobody's switching to Android, Rodney. Nobody's going backwards. Nobody's going backwards. Yeah.
Nobody's going back to VCRs.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I was watching something the other day where they needed a beta. They were like, "Oh, I was watching that stupid series called The Servant on Apple TV Plus, and they have a Betamax tape, and they needed to order a Betamax player." That's Rodney.
It's feedback coming back through.
That's what's playing in the background.
Remember the cassette tapes when you rewind them? You be like,
You got to go clean the heads on your VCR.
right.
Carter went back to that America Online Wi-Fi, or you got to Android. Androids are good, but if you got that Earthlink AC, that ain't gonna work. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Still,
now you're muted. There you go.
still feedback.
No, it sounds good.
No, you just sound like Cookie
Oh.
Monster now.
That's normal.
Hold on, let's do this.
Okay. What about now?
Bad. All
Back.
bad.
All bad. Worse. Gone.
All right. We can't do this all day, so let's go.
Yeah, I'd rather hear you sound like Bert and Ernie.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so no feedback.
That was my nickname rookie
Okay.
year. They called me Bert. They called me Bert because my eyebrows was low, and I was yellow.
What about now? Feedback now?
No feedback. You're
All right.
mighty yellow though.
He was super hot.
Yes. He said he's super hot.
He looked like Vision, huh? All you needed to die on his forehead. He looked like the gold Vision, like the white
Well,
Vision
I'll say one thing. That's damn sure in blue. All right, let me go back through these comments. Now that you guys can hear me. All right, so shout to Gus, shout to Dietrich.
He's still looking transparent. He's still looking like
Jimmy.
he's still
Look, dude.
he's still
Look, dude. Let me mute this dude, Mike. What's up, Jimmy Mack? Happy anniversary! Thank
he still
you.
look like a celestial being.
Hey man, we tried to get a more famous Bruin on here, but we have to settle for Cobbs. K ditched us because Marcus
He
was
big time. He big time.
Marcus was named to the as a finalist for the Hall of Fame yesterday. Marcus Johnson, shout out. So KJ is interviewing him right now. So we're gonna get. Looks like we're gonna get KJ and MJ next Thursday, and Scoop Jackson. Damn.
Good job, Powder. Powder. Elaine said you look like Powder.
18. All right, man. Listen. Dude, let me get my podcast together. Y'all killing it. All right.
AC phone home.
Right.
Hey,
I just-
1 year, right? And for some reason, we keep letting Kyle come back, and we keep letting Trey be late.
Hey
I
man,
don't know.
this is my work.
I don't know.
I'm working.
And after
I'm
all
working
that,
and fucking crash at the same time.
I don't know where AC is at. where Carter's at, but it's not sunny like that over here.
That's a flex.
Dude, I was blue last week.
I got rain out in my forecast.
Is this better? Is this better? I was blue last week. I'm just trying
That's
to think.
much better.
Y'all got rain. I got sun over here. That's flex.
Right.
So listen. I want y'all to understand something. I am excited. Leave my Android alone. Not your Android, Dietrich. Like Rodney actually created androids, like actual robots back in the day. Rodney's that damn old. Jimmy said happy anniversary. All right. We appreciate you guys. Thank you for tuning in.
Happy birthday to you too, AC. Happy birthday, brother.
Thank you.
Man,
Yes,
I bet
my
you
birthday
sat at the
was
park and played checkers all day.
Rod said, I read on Facebook, Rod put happy 10,000th birthday.
So my birthday was Monday. I went golfing on Monday with my dad, and that was my first time golfing with my dad. So that was really cool. I had my 6 minutes with AC from LA. That was kind of cool because Cobbs asked me to tell the story of how I became an official, and even Rodney was saying he didn't know all of that story, so it was kind of cool. And I went to my barber today, and he was like, "Yeah, I didn't know that story either." Like So that was kind of cool. So definitely appreciate you guys tuning in. Appreciate all the support. Rodney, I felt bad. I felt unloved because I make sure to tell everybody happy birthday in the group text, and yet when you look at that group text, it's just crickets on my birthday.
Oh wow!
Basketball group text, just nothing.
Oh, okay.
Y'all, like, I don't get it. Y'all, Jason, you guys, Jason.
You'll see.
So.
I don't talk to them regularly, and I talk to you daily.
Yeah.
So you got a personal one. I didn't call the rest of them.
That's right, and the post and all of that. So I definitely appreciate you. And just so we're clear, if it's my 10,000th birthday, Rodney's always 10x. So it's his 100,000th birthday. So just understand that. But shout out to all of you listeners and viewers. Episode 52. This is monumental. This is 1 year. We thank you. And so it's been a long time. I shouldn't have left you without a podcast to step to. Think of how many podcasts you slept through. Time's up. I'm sorry I kept you. We're back. Episode 52, 1 year. 1 year. We do have a guest coming on in about 1 minute. Another person that Trey doesn't know, Trey has definitely run into a multitude of times just by being at all those UCLA basketball games that Trey was at. Art Thompson III is legendary, a legendary sports journalist out of the Long Beach area. He is also a coach at Long Beach Polytechnic High School, working with the women's basketball team. But I met Art in my early days as a journalist. Specifically, I met him at UCLA, and then I encountered him quite a bit at Laker games and Clipper games and football games and all of that. Just because Art was so, he was out there, and so he would always give me little tips on how to be a better journalist and how to specifically be a better Black journalist. And so I always appreciated that for him. He also had an affinity for my really good friend, Thaddeus Massey, who played like 8 plays at UCLA. Art was always like, on his side and all of that. 8. So I don't know, maybe it was 12, but Thad didn't get played enough. But Art always gave Thad some burn. So that was always appreciated from a big timer from the Orange County Register. But anyway, the legendary Art Thompson III, a very proud father and grandfather, I might add. Someone who Rodney used to teach when Art was in kindergarten. This is Art Thompson III. Welcome to the show. How you doing today, sir?
Tony, thank you, Tony, and thank you everybody else on the show who I've known for years and I consider, very good colleagues and friends. Welcome to me.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
I must mention that Elaine also knows our special guest. Yeah, I imagine anybody from that side of town does. So shout out.
Man, everybody know Art Thompson. Now, AT3, is that a chin strap or is that a beard?
Oh man, that's my COVID look, AC.
Oh man,
Hey,
looking real studious and distinguished.
you know the great beards are in nowadays, man. You're gonna have all the ladies on the mother's board chasing you down the street.
Man, my wife said no. She said no.
Rodney, I don't know what it is about it, but they love the beard. I don't get it.
Hey.
Ed Bradley did that for you, Art. It was Ed
Beard
Bradley.
Beard gang.
Ed Bradley made it special for the brothers, Art.
You look like you could model some cigars in an earpiece.
I know, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, so Elaine said it's an Oakland connection. Tell us about your connection to Oakland and Elaine, Art. I didn't know this.
Yeah, well, I went to my last year and a half in high school in Oakland at Castlemont High School, and both my sisters are still there, and my father, Arthur Thompson II, he's the oldest, longest Black business owner in Oakland. He's 90 years old and still runs and operates Thompson Funeral Home every day of the week.
Wow.
Oh my goodness. So congratulations. So what you're telling us is if Rodney still had a business, then your dad would be second. But since Rodney doesn't have a business and Rodney is 135 years old, then your dad is first. Wow, that's awesome. Shout out to Arthur Thompson II.
And I bet he's making a killing.
Yeah,
fortunately, I'm doing well right now. That's the way you put it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Man, we got Art Thompson III. Art Thompson, you know Rodney Saucier. How old is Rodney Saucier?
I thought he was only 134.
Hey man, my kids be in college.
That's when he start telling people, when you get like 39 years old and you be 39 forever.
Right.
Yeah, he stopped at 134.
Yeah.
So for those that don't know,
of all the numbers,
Art is Lauren's coach, and she's a daddy's girl. She will hide your keys if she find out you talking about her pops.
I know.
I like that top, man. How can we get a great top like that?
These just came in.
I bet. So flex. Don't flex on us, Art. You just got here.
I wear a large, Art. I wear a large.
Okay.
I think we can work something out with a favor for a favor. I could get you a Legal Hustle hoodie for that exchange, because I'm down to promote Long Beach College.
He got some Miami Dolphins gear too.
Can't get rid of it. Wait, sometimes I forget that Trey's here. It's not 12:30 yet. Wow, 1 year in the game. This is so exciting. We've transformed a bit. Early on, we recorded our first podcast video wise, but we were pretty much going to be audio only, and then I decided against that, and so we went video, but it was delayed video on YouTube, and then we had the idea to just go live, and it's stuck, and I haven't actually been posting the replays on the DSP, so I got to get back to that at some point. It's a little too delicate for Shablon to do, so I have to do it, but I got to get us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and all of that. But Art, so this is our 1 year anniversary. You're joining us. We were going to have Kristaan, but with Marcus being named a finalist for the Hall of Fame yesterday, they had to do something together online. So Kristaan's not on. So you are the only special guest today. You're the specialist and the specialist.
Well, thank you for inviting me. I really appreciate it. I mean, I'm in awe of the work that you brothers do and everything. And, I check it out on Facebook, and I'm just proud of everybody here. Known you all for years.
Yeah, well, we we appreciate you. When I mentioned that you were ready to come on, cats were excited because we definitely respect you. Well, we love you, we respect you, we respect your work, and so it was time for you to come on. And I think you should come on more than just once, but we're glad to have you here finally. So as we always do about this time, we start talking about Elaine L. Williams' favorite topic. We talk about clutch. We're not gonna talk about this long, but we just want your answer on the record. So on the record, what is clutch?
I was just kidding. You ain't gotta ask him, man.
Oh, okay, well then forget it. We can let it die. All right, so let's talk about this thing.
But since you brought it up,
been named. Okay, there you go. Marcus Johnson has been named the finalist for the NBA Hall of Fame, Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame. What do you guys think?
Well deserved.
Very well deserved.
He probably should have been in already.
I got a little anecdote about Marcus also. When I was in my first year of community college at West Los Angeles College, Marcus's mom helped me with some of my essay papers. And Marcus's sister, Daphne, went to her prom with my cousin, Ollie Matson III. So wow. I kind of go way back with Marcus.
Yeah.
Wow. That's dope. Well, so I go back with Kristaan, but years ago when I became a financial advisor, Marcus and I connected, and he became a client, and then he's been a client of mine in a couple different or a few different businesses. So definitely a friend, definitely excited to see this happening for him, and I feel like it should have happened quite some time ago. Well, actually, he's just a finalist. He needs to get in, and it should have happened quite some time ago.
It's Michael Cooper and Marcus Johnson as the old heads trying to get in.
Yeah,
they both should be in.
So exactly. my great aunt lived next door to Michael Cooper, and so I actually knew him when I was a child. Shut up, Rodney. Growing up, and he's the one that told me defense. He told me defense wins ball games, and I didn't even know what a ball game was when he started telling me that. But that's something that really stuck in my mind throughout the sports that I played. I always tried to excel on defense because I felt like you could really impact games on the defensive end, sometimes more than you can on the offensive end. So shout out to Cooper.
But does that warrant an all-star? Does that warrant a Hall of Fame bid?
Him being a phenomenal defender, no. But before we get to Cooper, let's stay on Johnson, because I know that we're going to get to Jimmy Mack's dissenting opinion shortly, and maybe you agree with him. So let's talk about Marcus.
Hall of Famer, man. He should be in. He's an all-star.
Yeah, already. Yeah.
We got Art Thompson III. He's the expert here. He wrote stories about the people.
Well, with the Basketball Hall of Fame, one of the things about the Basketball Hall of Fame is not only do they encompass what you do in the NBA, but also your college career. And Marcus was the Collegiate Player of the Year in 1977, had a fantastic career at UCLA. And then all the years that he played in the NBA, he was an all-star, starting with the Milwaukee Bucks, and carried that over, when he came over to the Clippers too. Old heads will remember Marcus when he was at Crenshaw High School, the 1972 team. Marcus was a junior on that team. That team went undefeated, but they deemed them ineligible because they said some player lived out of the Crenshaw area. And a lot of the old heads will still consider that 1972 Crenshaw team as the greatest high school team in LA history. Marcus was part of the 72 team that actually won the championship, and the 73 team, his graduating year, won the championship also. You encompass all of what Marcus has done on all the levels that he's played basketball. He's absolutely a Hall of Famer. There's no question in my mind.
Who votes?
Wow.
Art? Who the last vote?
I am not sure who votes for the Basketball Hall of Fame, because I don't know if I covered the NBA or basketball long enough to be a voting member. I should be a voting member. If I'm a voting member of the Baseball Hall of Fame, I don't see why I wasn't a voting member of the Basketball Hall of Fame.
That's that electoral college again. We don't know who's voting. It's a mystery.
I don't even know what to say to that. Like you just gave us supreme game. So definitely appreciate hearing that. And yeah, Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame does encompass your entire career. So obviously he's on the wall at UCLA. He's on the wall at Crenshaw. He's on the wall at UCLA. Retired jersey at UCLA. And the only way to get your jersey retired at UCLA, just so you guys know, is you have to be the college player of the year, or you have to be a 3-time All-American. That's the only way to get your jersey retired. And Marcus is up there in the rafters at UCLA. He's also in the Milwaukee Bucks Hall of Fame. So we've really just been waiting on this one. We've just been waiting on the NBA.
So he let his son wear it.
Yes.
54.
Yes. It was unretired for Kristaan to wear it. Yeah. And there was actually a ceremony for that as well. And shout out to KJ, my man, my mellow. Yes, his jersey is there? What do you want? Tape delay? Jimmy, I just said that. He's in the Milwaukee Bucks Hall of Fame.
Well, the stats look pretty good, man. 5-time All-Star, 3-time All-NBA, 20 points a game, 7 rebounds a game, 50%. Yeah, that's Hall of Famer, man, especially with that UCLA retirement of his jersey, Crenshaw High, all-time legend. Yeah, he should be in. And it makes Michael Cooper's case look really bad.
Okay, you really want to get to Coop. Can we just finish on MJ?
We're not finished. I'm just saying what his stats.
MC. Well, it's not like, okay, if you let Marcus in, you can't let Cooper in. Just say you can't let Cooper in over MJ, right?
If they're picking one old head, how many old heads get in this year?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how many old heads. Rodney?
Who are the finalists?
Expert of old head.
Who all are the finalists?
Ben Wallace.
Yeah.
Michael Cooper, Marcus Johnson, Paul Pierce.
Yeah.
Weber. Chris Webber. Chris Bosh. Tim Hardaway.
If I was going to take one of them off, it would be Bosh.
They got Bosh the front runner on the graphic.
No way.
Yes,
Bosh over Pierce?
They got Bosh in the front, like he's
in the front. Yes,
like he's the dude.
So who's they? Because give us some context. Who's they?
The Bleacher Report.
And you got to understand, Bosh was with Bron.
No, I don't have to understand. I don't have to understand that. Like I don't know why y'all be giving me.
He won with Bron. When you win with Bron, man.
Wait a minute. Well, hold on. People won with Paul Pierce. People won with Paul Pierce, right? Like he got one against the Lakers. Anyway, all right. So I don't think that's the thing. I mean, because I would say we could also take off Ben Wallace if we're taking people off from the current era. But I don't know that it works like that. I don't know that there's a limit. They could probably all get in. Does anyone know?
I think that's a mystery, man. If Art Thompson III don't know, and he's a sports writer,
he must be in alphabetical order.
Alphabetical order.
That's got to be it.
That explains Jerry West as the logo.
All right. So, just as cases were all right, so I want you to talk first, Art, because there's a lot of backlash for Cooper, specifically from these damn Bruin football teammates, McElroy the 4th and Cobbs the 1st. So, Art, Michael Cooper, does he belong?
I don't think Michael Cooper belongs. Not when you measure him against what Marcus has accomplished on all three levels that I mentioned. Michael Cooper is, is very pale second to Marcus when you compare everything. High school.
You're not impressed with New Mexico University? Did he go to State or UNM?
He went to New Mexico U.
Yeah. So you're not impressed with UNM, huh? That's not like UCLA?
I mean, it's not like he dominated the scene when he was at University of New Mexico. Granted, UCLA back then was like a major power in the nation, the premier basketball program. But Cooper coming out of Pasadena, why didn't UCLA even recruit him? You have to think about it like that too.
Are they taking into account his coaching? Not yet. That's a whole nother category. Dietrich asked about his coaching.
And then when he got in the NBA, Cooper was basically a role player. He's an outstanding defensive player, and then his offense towards the midpoint of his career and towards the latter part is when he developed that 3-point set shot that he did, and then of course the Cooper loop when they would throw the alley oops to him. But he was never even one of the top 3 players on his squad during his years with the Lakers.
And Coop wasn't a starter, wasn't he? 6 man.
He was the 6th man.
6 man, yeah.
Now there have been 6 men that have gotten into the Hall of Fame. John Havlicek revolutionized that position.
Havlicek steals the ball. He stole it. He stole it. I got sick of hearing that. Don't bring him up. Sorry.
So, he's in the Hall of Fame, but
well, he's white and a Celtic.
Right. And he was a 6th man who was really a starter. Cooper was a 6th man, period. He wasn't a 6th man who was a starter.
Cooper was a 6th man who should have been an 8th man? Is that what you're saying, Art?
No, but if Coop were to get in, don't you guys think like Byron Scott should be in?
No. Completely different.
I don't think that.
So
listen, let me be clear. If I'm standing on a hill and I'm willing to die for something, it's MJ getting in. It's not Coop. I really just want to have a discussion about Coop. MJ should be in. It took too long for Worthy to get in, but that's a different story.
Coop was a glue to the team. I mean, he was a dominant perimeter defender. He wasn't just average.
Yeah, I agree with you on that, Rod. He was not an average defender.
And then he added elements to his game. He was the only true player that could ever back Magic up. They tried other. Coop wasn't a point guard. He changed his position. So you got a 2 guard playing point guard. He was playing out of position his whole career because he was the only one that can back Magic up. They tried who's that? Larry. They tried several point guards. Wes Matthews, Eddie Jordan.
Question. Have I ever shared with you guys? I know I have, but I'm doing it again. How nice Wes Matthews was to me that the time that I was a ball boy for the Lakers during the playoffs. He was so cool. And I remember, I'll never forget, he was sitting on the bench, I'm sitting on the floor, and he said, "You chillin', Tone? You chillin', Tone?" No one had even called me Tone at that point. Like, he called me Tone, which was really weird. Later, Trey called me Tone. But Wes Matthews was the first one. It was really weird. But he was,
right? Didn't we all want to be like
he did not get off that bench, but he was so cool to me. I'll never forget it. I'll never forget it.
Here's the thing with me. I mean, I know I'm younger than Rod, but I go.
Don't worry, we all younger than Rod.
I go way back with Wes Matthews when he was at University of Wisconsin. For some reason, he was my favorite player, and I've been like that all my life because when Kareem and Lucius Allen were with the Milwaukee Bucks, my favorite player on that team was Ron Fritz Williams. That's just how I am. So
okay,
when people would talk about Wes Matthews. Oh, he's a bench warmer. He can't get off the bench. Man, the thing about the NBA, having covered the NBA for 12 years, the thing about the NBA, everybody on the squad was the man at some point in their life, in their career, high school and college. They were the man because making the NBA is that tough. Wes Matthews, if the coach would have called upon him, somebody went down or something, he could strip off his sweats and give you 18. Because that's just how talented these guys are in the NBA.
Yeah. Well,
I
appreciate
Coop
that.
had records for a while. Coop had the most threes in a quarter. He had several records for a while.
Exactly.
He wasn't a scrub offensively. He was just known for his defense. But because the plays were going for Kareem. I mean, when somebody says he wasn't like the top 3 players on his team, think about who his teammates were. How many people were better than Magic, Kareem, Jamal Wilkes, or Worthy? Not many.
Yeah.
In the history of the game, not just on the Lakers, but in the history of the game, how many people were better than them? You can't find them.
Yeah.
But why is Cooper on the ballot this year when there are a lot of players like the same ones you just described, Rod?
Well, I mean, who else is out there where you can actually say, nah, he should get the nod over Coop?
Vinny Johnson.
Okay. All right. You're not invited back. You're not
The microwave.
That's it.
No, he was popular.
So everybody, please, on our 1-year anniversary, please celebrate Anthony Cobb's last time in the studio. Give him a nice little going away present. All right, I want to go back to. Thank you for that, guys. I want to go back to this from Elaine because I'm confused. What is she talking about? I want you guys to speak on it because I'm confused. Dietrich is confused. What do you mean? What's suspect about Coop as a coach? Elaine, L. Williams.
He won a title.
Yeah.
He didn't win a title. He won titles.
Well, there you go.
No, she's saying coaching is what he has, the cachet in because he won a championship as a coach.
Oh, she's saying so. Adding that might be suspect. She's not saying that his coaching is suspect. Translator. All right, you get it right.
But Jay Wright was on the ballot, and he's got one title for Villanova.
Yeah,
he didn't make it as a finalist, but he was on the ballot. Like AC said, like Cobb says, over probably a bunch of people who deserve to be there.
Elaine liked my Vinny Johnson comment. She thought that was funny. She was thinking the same thing.
Yeah, Elaine. I don't know though. Elaine might have had a little too much apple cinnamon tea today.
No,
he won. Okay. Whatever. We're not talking about how something ended, but we know that there was a lot of turmoil in that front office in LA. He won titles, and he should have won more, but people didn't execute. So nothing. So she was saying suspect coaching career. No, I disagree.
Well, she said he was extra. Like, what puts him over the top is that he was a good coach for a minute, but since he went out on a bad note, she said that's probably suspect as a bonus. But he was a championship coach.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it didn't end well.
Yeah,
so black eye.
Yeah, if we're not questioning Ben Wallace, we definitely not gonna question Michael Cooper. No.
Well, Ben Wallace
had some good years towards the end of his year defensively, but Ben Wallace wasn't a defensive standout his whole career. I mean, he a few times was looking at the bottom of Kobe's shoes when he was on his back, stretched out.
Who wasn't?
Yeah, but not like that.
And that was Big Shot's team too. Big Shot and Rip.
Right. They had a defensive squad. I mean, like Ben Wallace had a lot of help to make sure that he could do his job. He could take chances. Michael Cooper, Magic Johnson wasn't no great one-on-one defender. Neither was Byron Scott. Neither was an older Kareem who just stuck his hip out basically his last 8 years in the league to try to keep you from taking the end line. I mean, like, Cooper was the glue. They wouldn't have won championships without him.
I agree with that. They wouldn't have.
So yes or no, Rod? Coop.
Definitely.
Trey.
Yes.
We voting right now. Art.
Marcus first, of course. Are we done?
No, Mark. We got that. There are no dissenters.
Okay.
As it pertains to Marcus.
Okay. Well then, yeah, Coop.
Okay.
Jimmy Mack says Scott is better than Cooper.
I guess we just letting everybody in. So if everybody just gets in,
we're not letting everybody in. Stop that. We're not letting Rick Mahorn in.
I love Coop, man. I wore my socks high because Coop wore his socks high, but I don't know if he's a Hall of Famer. So I'm saying no.
That's fair. So you were saying no. Okay.
No.
All right. Cool. Thank you for that. Nina Grubbs. Nina Grubbs is from Arizona, which is now a blue state. Nina Grubbs is from Arizona, and she came to Long Beach to go to Long Beach State. Ran track there, stayed in Long Beach for a while. Finally moved back to Arizona, but was in Long Beach recently. And so she's pretty local to the podcast also, and she's congratulating us on 1 year. Thank you, Nina. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Nina.
Thank you.
Heptathlon champion.
Yeah, I miss Nina.
Doing
our games.
Specifically heptathlon. Thank you. Did I just stutter? Hey, so Cobbs mentioned a gentleman named Rip. That would be Richard Hamilton. Shout out to Richard Hamilton and TJ Hamilton. TJ is one of Danielle's best friends, and she was on the trip in Miami where TJ and Rip first met right before while Hurricane Katrina was tearing up New Orleans. They were in Miami meeting, and they wound up getting married. Nina was in Long Beach for 19 years. All right, cool. Shout out to Rip Hamilton. Shout out to TJ Hamilton. All right, back to it. All right, so Cooper, the podcast, and the guests say 3-1 yes for Coop, unanimous for Marcus. You guys want to talk about the other finalists or move on to something else?
Who gets in out of those other guys? The young guys. So you got Paul Pierce is a lock?
Well, Pierce is a lock.
Paul Pierce is arguably the greatest Celtic.
Man,
they don't huh?
Bill Russell and Larry Bird?
I'm talking about the numbers, just the numbers.
Oh no, I'm talking about impact. I ain't talking about numbers. The numbers are different in different eras.
Impact, I would say no, because he didn't have the squad that the others had. I mean, Bill Russell played with everybody basically on Bill Russell's team were in the top 50 greatest.
Well, he made, but in fairness, he made everybody better.
It was still Bill Russell's team, even in the racial
team, but it helps when you like I said, you can take a lot more chances when you got great players. You don't have to worry about what's behind you.
All right, scrap
a huge difference.
I'm gonna do you like I do Jimmy Mack. Scrap the stats. Best
right. I'm not that guy.
Boston Celtic of all time. You don't think about Paul Pierce. Matter of fact, with that big three, I think it's KG.
He doesn't get his just due.
Oh my, okay, dude, you really don't want to come back, huh? Did you really just say that?
KG.
He was there for like 3 years.
But still, I think about KG when those championship games.
Oh, stop, Cobb. You can't. This is the shit that Jimmy Mack does. This is not you. You
Paul
don't really believe that Kevin Garnett is the best of the big three as a Celtic.
Garnett.
You don't really believe that.
No, I'm saying he was a catalyst in that happening. Paul Pierce would have never won a championship without KG and Ray Allen.
KG would have never won a championship without Paul Pierce.
That goes both ways. Ray Allen was stuck in Milwaukee in purgatory for years.
Hey, you can't keep. They'd have never won without Rondo.
Oh, that's true too.
Yeah, he was a general.
Yeah, you're gonna have to mute Trey Hop too. You said Rondo.
That's exactly my point. When you got that many defenders on the squad, it makes life easier. Coop didn't have that. Coop had to go out and lock everybody up every game. Off the bench, coming in cold. Yeah, you check in and go guard Larry Bird. And And quiet as kept, if you go look at the box score, there were a lot of nights where Michael Cooper had Larry Bird shooting 11 for 29, 10 for 28. He had some of those, quite a few of those games with Cooper.
Paul Pierce.
Did he ever lock anybody down on defense?
Paul Pierce went to the locker room to go boo-boo and came back like Willis Reed.
Hey.
And now he wants the same love as LeBron and Kobe in him.
And he stole one.
Forget Paul Pierce. That's why he got stabbed in the club that night, acting crazy.
Oh, wow.
Okay, hold on. Let me catch up. Let me catch up. So Nina is wearing her Legal Hustle apparel. Nina, post a picture of it. Post a picture of it so that we can show it.
Can you post?
So shout out to Nina for that. Yeah. Elaine is taking Michael Cooper over Paul Pierce.
Dang.
Career or just for the Hall of Fame?
Hall of Fame.
By the way, Nina's also loving your beard art.
Oh, look at that! Look at that! Look at that!
There they go. There they go.
Sugar Daddy.
Yeah.
Look at Papa Bear. Looking like Papa Smurf over there. Papa Smurf.
Man, Nina better watch out for that van pull up in front of her house. Those old players got vans.
Yeah, them Uncle Drew vans.
No comment on Coop over Pierce?
But the boom room in the back.
Right.
I got Paul Pierce going in, but I don't like Paul Pierce.
Well, yeah. Well,
he is Celtic. He's from Inglewood. I'm from Long Beach.
Yeah.
Never liked anybody from Inglewood.
So here's the funny thing. Here's the funny thing. I got you, Elaine. Here's the funny thing for me. When I think of greatest Celtics, I do think of Paul Pierce. I do think because I feel like he's the greatest Celtic of the generation that followed the great Celtics that we grew up with. Then I do think that he needs to at least be thought about. Garnett is never like, that's a joke. I know you're joking. Rondo, that's also, well, that's actually more prevalent than Kevin Garnett because Rondo was actually there for some time. But Pierce was was he there for 17 years or whatever? Like, that's real.
Yeah.
I don't think he's the greatest, but I do think he's you do have to think of him, right?
Oh,
I think it's Bill Russell.
He's going to get in. He's going to get in.
What'd you say, Trey?
I said, without a doubt, he's going to get in.
Oh, yeah.
Well, the conversation shifted from is he going to get in to is he potentially the greatest
of all time.
Celtic of all time.
I think Red Auerbach will be rolling over in his grave.
Good. I don't care about Red Auerbach or the Celtics.
Red Auerbach would have drafted him 10 out of 10 times.
Yeah, but I don't even think that he's in that conversation as the greatest Celtic.
He's got to be in the
I don't see how you can't have him in the conversation.
Top 5.
Because you've got Bill Russell and Larry Bird right there. That he's never going to be over that.
Hold on, but you still got to have people in the conversation, right?
You do. So, you got 2.
He's there. He's in the conversation.
But you could have 7 in the conversation, Trey.
Right.
Greatest of all time, we got 7 in the conversation.
Because you can argue that McHale should be in the conversation. McHale is arguably one of the greatest power forwards to ever touch a ball. But he doesn't get the same due.
That's without a doubt.
He does not get the same due as Larry Bird because he played with Larry Bird. But you put McHale on a different team, they may be calling McHale the greatest power forward ever. The dude was unstoppable.
Yeah, brother.
And he wasn't a starter.
That's crazy. Who started over Kevin McHale?
They always kept him coming off the bench because they needed offense on the second unit. That was the key.
So what was it, DJ?
Wait, McHale started.
No,
kept him off the bench. They started Bird at power forward, didn't they? Because Bird played both the 3 and the 4.
They had Parrish. They had Parrish.
DJ, Ainge, Bird, Parrish. Who was 4?
And
McHale.
They alternated because sometimes it was Cornbread Maxwell.
Oh yeah, Cornbread was a baller.
Sometimes McHale started here and there. Sometimes Maxwell started here and there. They went by matchups a lot of times. But both of them.
10 minutes on the Celtics. This is the final comment.
Ask Jimmy Mack who the best Celtic is. He's a big Bird fan. Watch this. He on there said
he said he takes Bird over LeBron, so that's easy.
Yeah, best 3 of all time. Are LeBron and Bird both the same position?
So listen, we've already talked too much Celtics. I don't really want to talk LeBron either. So let's move on to something. Yeah, like this is not that podcast.
It might be time for a Mookie.
I know, right? Check this out. A little quick Mookie story. So I signed the boys up for T-ball.
Oh shit!
I signed the boys up for T-ball.
Oh shit! Go ahead. Give us your bicep. Go ahead and flex.
And I got Colin his first little baseball pants.
Mookie said he liked the stitching in my seat.
Here you go.
Trey.
I got him Colin his little first baseball pants, and he put them on, and he said, "Are these my Mookie pants?" Oh, okay.
Mookie pants.
Yes.
That's a sign of this. That's an impact sign right there. You got impact.
Yeah. Mookie. That is definitely my nephew.
I got Mookie pants. I got hammer pants.
Are these my Mookie pants? That is awesome.
AC had hammer pants.
See, here he goes. I don't know if y'all can see
I did. I had hammer pants. I had a turtleneck with a vest. I had creepers. Yeah. It was, for sure. Shout out. What up? All right. So Maxwell started until he got hurt. All right. Glenn McDonald. Oh my goodness. Glenn McDonald. Is this your uncle, Nina? Is this Nina's uncle?
No. That's old Polly.
So when she says Celtic, does she mean like literally somebody from Ireland, or does she mean the Boston Celtics?
Her favorite Celtic, because she said Go Beach.
That's her. He went to Long Beach State.
That's her guy.
So that's her favorite Celtic.
Is that her uncle?
I don't know. Dennis Johnson, my goddaddy, so that's my favorite Celtic.
Yeah, like Dennis Johnson is my favorite Celtic, and my list of favorite Celtics stops at 1. Like I hate Celtics.
Dennis Johnson, my dad's roommate in college, Dennis Johnson.
And that's crazy because he really didn't show his game when he got to Boston. He had to
suppress everything.
Suppress it because when he was in Phoenix, he killed everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen, when you get your own podcast, remember, if you have someone like Rodney, he does not pay attention to stop signs when he's not officiating or driving. So just keep that in mind. No more Celtics. All right. Paul Pierce, moving on. So that's a yes for Paul Pierce. Who else did we see?
Chris Bosh.
Nope.
Not yet. Not first ballot. No.
Nope.
Not first ballot for Ben Wallace either. Like, who else?
Not even if they go alphabetically.
Got a good chance alphabetically.
Not Ben or Bosh.
Tim Hardaway.
Definitely.
Yes. Tim Hardaway is a yes.
Impact.
Crossover.
Impact.
Yes.
Impact.
Change the game.
Impact.
Game changer.
Nina, we're not putting Go Suns on the board. You could just say that, but I'm not flashing that across the screen. I don't even know
Chris Webber.
Why you think that's hell yes. I don't know why
Chris
you think
Webber,
that's getting flashed across the screen.
Say yes, Chris Webber.
Yes, Chris Webber.
Is he the only Fab Five that's gonna make it in?
Yes.
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 As a player, yes.
You think
I have a feeling Juwan Howard
as a coach
is going to go to the Hall of Fame as a coach. I
think
it's coming. And we're 20 years away.
Their careers were similar.
No, they weren't.
I think Webber did way more.
They were almost similar, but they vetoed the trade to Miami.
Weber had a little more publicity when he got to Sacramento.
Weber stayed in the playoffs, and Juwan Howard never made the playoffs.
That's what I'm about to say. Is Weber got a little bit more publicity because he got to Sacramento and they battled the Lakers. Juwan never had that kind of squad. Weber got traded into that. But when you look at what their careers were like, and I'm not a numbers guy, but when you look at the numbers and their careers, And when they played together for the Wizards, well, Bullets back then, they were similar. They were basically the same player.
Mm.
So one has to wait, and one is like welcomed in.
Yeah.
I don't get that.
Is Juwan on the ballot?
No.
No,
We're
So
just
what are you
saying
talking about, Rod?
he's
not even talked about. What I'm saying is their careers are similar, but you got one who you putting on the ballot right away, and then the other one who's just not even a thought.
Right.
But yeah, I don't ever even think Juwan Howard's gonna make a ballot for playing.
Mm-mm.
That's disrespectful.
I don't remember.
So I would disagree.
Weber,
So let's
Weber
talk
is the
about it.
popular guy and the outspoken guy. That's the only
Let's
difference.
talk about it. So, okay, that's tough. That is the only difference. So our statisticians, Dietrich and Jimmy, look that up for us. Give us some numbers for these two players. I think he will be on the ballot, Trey, and that's evidenced to me by Ben Wallace being on the ballot right now.
I don't remember Juwan Howard playing.
I don't remember like memorable.
I don't remember him playing
So
at all.
here's the thing. Let me say this. I think he can get in as a vet, and I'm going to tell you, Rodney's right about the impact. No, he didn't. He didn't lead a team like Weber. Well, he did lead a team, but he didn't. No, he was a leader, but they weren't as good. And Rod's right. Weber had more weapons, but that's not a knock on Weber. Like, it is what it is. I'm gonna tell you, Juwan would have been a lock if David Stern, rest in peace, wouldn't have vetoed the trade to Miami and cried foul, saying tampering. Because Juwan Howard with Alonzo Mourning and Tim Hardaway and Dan Marley would have been championships during that era.
What was good?
And Juwan was balling out in Washington. He was.
Killing.
Yeah,
that's how he got
I
that
forgot,
$100 million.
Rod. You're right. I agree with
That's
Rod.
how he got that $100 million contract. Everybody forgets he didn't get that contract for nothing.
Yes to Juwan Howard. Absolutely to Rasheed Wallace.
Another person
is that a question?
that's disrespected.
Rasheed ain't getting in for no time soon.
Why? Because they say he's gonna punch the whoever shakes his hand.
They're gonna make Rasheed wait on all football.
I would take if I was a GM, I would take Rasheed Wallace in a heartbeat before I took Chris Webber.
Rasheed gave enough money back to the league in technicals that he should go ahead. They should go ahead and let him in.
Let him in.
His technical foul money probably built a wing on the building
Exactly.
of NBA headquarters.
But that's what my question is.
Hold on, Ant. Let me throw something in real quick. So what I don't like to do is miseducate our base. So let me be clear to our listeners and viewers. Fine money doesn't go to any league. It goes to charity. So, no, it didn't build a wing, even though that's funny. I want everyone to know where fine money actually goes. It goes to charity in all of the leagues. Okay, go ahead, Cobb.
I was going to say, well, Rasheed not being on a ballot brings that question up again. Who designates who gets to be on the ballot every year? Who votes? Do we have any idea who at least votes to get the people on the ballot, and then who makes the determining factor? So we already know we don't know who makes the last say.
Well,
why is Rasheed Wallace being excluded?
I'm going to try to find
sports writers who don't look like us.
I'm going to try to find it's the people on the ballot, but if it's who I think it is, Rasheed's going to be waiting
because he's not very good with the media,
and that's a big key.
Yeah.
Chris Webber is the hey, how you doing, guys? type of player. And he's an NBA analyst. So they ushering him in there.
Yeah, these are not similar numbers. If Jimmy is right, these are
not even close.
No. Juwan played longer. And Juwan had some seasons where he got injured. So you throwing in some numbers where
he threw something in there for that. He wanted you to say that Chris Webber's average was basically Juwan's best season. He also threw that in there.
That hurt. That hurt.
Look at the
I don't know why someone being a snitch matters to us, Jimmy. Like, what are you banging over there? Like, what are we talking about? Like, what?
Who's more beloved, Chris Webber or Jalen Rose? So you imagine they don't get along to this day, right? They might have made
Jalen Rose.
it. So hey, we'll see.
So what about Jalen Rose? Hall of Fame?
Who?
Jalen Rose.
Jalen Rose? As an analyst, maybe.
Borderline.
He's funny, but I don't think he ain't no Chick Hearn, of course.
Borderline.
Is Winnie Elmore in as an analyst? Because he needs to be in before Jalen Rose.
Yeah, Jalen Rose ain't getting it.
Nah. All right, so looks like a yes to Weber. Moving on. Who else?
That's it. Because we know Ben Wallace ain't getting in.
Right.
Okay, cool. Weber got hurt as well. All right, cool. Thanks, Jimmy. Thanks for looking those. Thanks for looking those numbers up. And Dietrich contributed.
And coaches, they had Adelman, Bill Russell, and a female coach. I forgot her name. Let me look real quick.
Did Weber lead the Kings, or did Mike Bibby lead the Kings?
That was Weber's team.
Weber led the Kings, right?
Weber was the face of the team.
Yes, he was.
But did he lead the team, or did Mike Bibby lead the team?
Well, I would say he led the team.
He led the team.
Vlade Divac led that team.
Yeah, that too. And Peja led it more than Bibby. Bibby was the point guard, so he brought the ball up court, but he wasn't like the GOAT on that team.
Huh?
Rick Adelman, Marianne Stanley, and Bill
Russell. Said Bibby ran that team?
Yes, he ran that team.
The captain of that team.
No.
The vocal leader. They had a couple guys. I saw Chris Webber barking, Bibby barking, Vlade barking, Doug Christie barking. They all barked a little bit.
Maybe Jackie Christie led the team.
Yeah, Doug Christie's wife led the team.
Big Jackie.
Kissing to his wife. I couldn't stand that relationship, man. That was troubling.
Yeah, nah. I think he was the face, but when the game was down the stretch, you didn't see Weber in the fourth quarter.
So they came really close to beating that Lakers team. Who was the leader of that team?
Bibby and Bobby Jackson. That's who you saw hitting shots.
Bobby Jackson.
You see Weber shooting a 20-footer for the first 3 quarters and then missing for the rest of the game. If we just being honest.
In the fourth quarter of those games, if I'm a fan that doesn't want the Kings to win, I fear Bobby Jackson and Peja. Those are the two.
Bobby Jackson was the sniper on that team.
Yes, he was.
Should Bobby Jackson be in the Hall of Fame?
Hey, as a 6th man, if he played longer and did what he did, I would have said yes. That wasn't a bad question.
It wasn't.
You're saying the impact and the longevity, being the 6th man consistently, like, is that going to be a new criteria? Like, is Lou Williams going to be a future Hall of Famer as a 6th man? That's something that you do your whole career. You've been known to be a marksman off the bench, and you've been, a quality reserve, and teams pay big money for you to come off the bench and gun. So I think it's not out of the question, man. I think it's something to really consider.
Yeah, I think Lou Williams got a good chance.
If Michael Cooper gets in, Lou Williams gets in.
Lou Williams is getting in. And just for the opposite, Lou Williams is gonna shoot you out, but he ain't gonna play no defense.
None.
Olay.
He gonna give you 34, but give up 32.
Once again, blame James Harden for making it public. I don't get paid to play defense.
But I want to see Lou show up in the playoffs. I have yet to see him do that.
I want to see a lot of guys show up in the playoffs. And
because as much as people talked about Paul George not showing up the year before last year, Lou Williams didn't show up.
Not at all.
He didn't show up against Denver.
He got some winnings, though. Lemon pepper.
Lou Williams didn't hit the side of the backboard.
Y'all leave pandemic alone before you go in depression. Ginobili gonna get in because it's a basketball Hall of Fame, Dietrich.
So Jimmy Mack is looking at the numbers of 24 and 10.
That was first quarter points. Those first half points.
The first 3 quarters, he got all of that. That last 8 minutes of the fourth, invisible.
I still blame that.
You wasn't going to send him to the free throw line. He was only shooting probably about 60% from the line, so you wasn't going to send him to the free throw line. So he was shooting jump shots. He didn't want to go to the line. And they ran all those plays for Peja and Bobby Jackson and Mike Bibby.
I love Chris Webber, man. He won me some money in college. When he called that timeout, I had North Carolina in my bracket.
Hey, Cobbs, you sound like me when I
definitely not coming
to these games. I'd be like, man, that was a good game for me.
Don't you feel bad for Chris Webber? I said, no, thank you.
Right. You were betting back then, Trey?
Huh?
You were betting back then too?
No, I'm saying that's how
Trey was betting in preschool.
They're betting.
Oh, that's how you feel now.
That's how I feel now.
Okay.
That response.
But I was crushing.
That sound like me.
I was watching that in Ackerman Union, and I was crushed.
I had my brackets all highlighted. I had North Carolina winning the whole thing. Montrose. Here comes Jim with them raggedy stats. What did you see, Jimmy?
Yeah, I'm not big on Webber. Webber had a flat jump look, and
Rod, my mom wants you to prove your worth. Just name 5 of the greatest of all time. Shout out to my mom.
5 what? Player or
yeah, just 5 greats. 5 greats.
And
they can be all Lakers if you want.
For me, Kareem, Magic, MJ, Kobe, and who would I say fifth?
Greatest or favorite?
Well, I feel like our favorites are great.
She said 5 of the greatest.
No, I got favorite greats.
But those
are fair enough.
Those are 4 of my personals, and the 5th I would have to really think. Well, because when I was watching basketball a lot back then, I didn't always.
You created basketball, Rob. You and Naismith created basketball. So stop saying when you were watching.
A real peach basket.
Man, Mikhail.
Wow.
Okay, cool. That's fine. No, it's fine. He's no color line. What is this? 92 to beat.
Great.
All right, go Trey.
You got Mikhail over Bird. All right, that's your list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Russell, Magic, Kareem, Jordan. This is gonna be. I gotta say Bron.
Okay, you're canceled.
Bron.
You just named. First of all, it says 5 of the greatest, and you didn't name Kobe.
Wait, I said Kobe in there. Wait, I said Kobe in there.
No, you didn't.
Of course, I said Kobe in there.
No, you didn't.
I said Kareem, Magic, Kobe.
Oh, you said Russell.
You said Russell, Bird, Bron.
Oh, yeah. Well, we got to start over.
Okay.
Yeah, we got to start over. Yeah, I can't believe I left Kobe off. That's the greatest ever.
Yeah, that's why Nina.
Yeah.
Nina getting up in arms because he just named 5 of the greatest, and for whatever reason left Kobe off. That's why I canceled. Yeah, mommy, tell Trey you forgot Kobe.
Yeah.
Straight up. All right, Mr. Cobb. 5 of the greatest, not the 5 greatest. Just 5.
I don't know. You canceling folks for their opinion. That's scary.
I can cancel. Well, no, I know Trey.
I don't
know if he was trying to pull a fast one, was not naming Kobe and naming LeBron like he wanted to fight or something. I don't know. But yeah, go.
Kareem number 1, Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Magic Johnson, Kobe Bryant.
All right.
Yep. Everybody's forgetting who to me dominated the game like nobody else. Got records all over the place.
Wilt Chamberlain.
Only person to ever have a quintuple double. I got Wilt first, Kareem second, MJ, Kobe, Magic, and then Bird is just right behind all of them.
No LeBron?
Okay.
You're gonna get canceled in
I just threw 5 out there. I didn't put them in an order.
Yeah, so listen, I don't believe. Thank you all. I don't believe that she was asking
5 greatest of all time.
Well, look at this. Mom is coddling you, Trey. Oh, we all knew what you meant to say, darling.
I can't believe I left Kobe off either. Like usually every basketball conversation starts with Kobe.
So it says 5 of the greatest, right? Or that's what she asked for, 5 of the greatest. And Anthony Cobbs is right when we say, because I have favorites that are not greatest, right? 2 of my favorites are John Starks and Alonzo Mourning, and they're not of the greatest.
Dr. J
they're not
and
even
AI.
on the same level.
Yeah,
right?
Dr. J and AI for me. Yeah.
Yeah. You said what?
Well,
Dr. J and Iverson.
I was a huge Wes Williams fan.
All right, so my 5, I'm going to give my 5. And it's just 5 of the greatest, right? So I'm starting with the newly minted Hall of Fame finalist, Marcus Johnson, just because he is one of the greatest. Rest in peace, Kobe Bryant, one of the greatest. I think it's unfair to like not mention one of the greatest guards of all time who doesn't get a lot of burn a lot of the time. So I'm going to go with Oscar Robertson.
Yeah,
because he's one of my favorites. And then I'll go with.
That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then I will go with obviously Irv and Kareem. Now they're not the 5 greatest. Well, you do have the greatest in those 5, but they're not the 5 greatest. They're just 5 of the greatest. So we've satisfied what she asked for. Obviously, Jordan is one of those greats. I don't like counting people who are still playing, but I'm sure LeBron will be one of the greats when he will have been one of the greats when he retires.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Cool. That was awesome, guys. Thank you, and thanks to Mom for contributing.
Thank you, Mom.
I didn't let thank you, Dietrich. I plan to, he doesn't have to leave for his photo shoot yet, but I guess we could skip ahead. Oh wow! Look. Okay. Okay. Judy is participating. What's up, Mom?
You better put the still. You better put the still. She's like, you better put the still.
So Jimmy's giving 5.
The Big Dipper.
5. 5 of the greatest. I don't know if these are his 5 greatest or not. I know that Jimmy likes to antagonize me, so I'm just going to tip my cap to him giving 5 of the greatest.
Yeah, cool. That's why he didn't put Kobe on there.
I agree. Those are 5 of the greatest. Boom. Right. Moving on. Yeah. Nina loved John Starks. That was dope.
Who's your favorite player of all time?
No, Mommy, actually 10 will make it more difficult. 10 won't make it easier because then with 5, we probably have 7 to play with, but when we get to 10, we probably have 25 to play with. So that makes it.
We still got a lot in there. I mean, if I have to name 5, of course Shaq is in there.
Yeah.
Oh, you talking about the 5 greatest?
How about?
Yeah.
And Carter probably going to put Starks in there if you give him a chance to get to 10 because he likes Starks.
Oh man, how do you put Starks in there?
No, I really like him. That's all. Like I'm realistic though. Like I was a big fan of John Starks, but I know that dunk can't get you in greatest of all time. To get you in the greatest dunks of all time, to get you in the most meaningful dunks of all time, it's actually called the dunk. Shout out to Adidas. But no, he's not a great an all-time great. He's not even an all-time great, Nick.
It was an accident.
He can definitely be on Shaq and the Fool, though. He might win the title for that.
Yeah, he would. He was saying some crazy stuff.
Mom, don't bow out. You're contributing. This is dope. You're giving us content. This is absolutely awesome. All right, so Dietrich is burning for your accomplishments, Mr. AT3 Dog. Let us know who you are and what you've done. Because I did introduce you, and I don't think Dietrich was on yet, but you could do yourself more justice than I can.
Oh. Look at Dietrich's comment.
Yeah, this
Got 5 of those.
this is actually easier. That top 5 clutch. That shit is. I'm gonna go with 3
So wait,
right
real
now.
quick.
I'm gonna go with
Real
Irv,
quick.
Kobe, and I'm gonna go with Irv, Kobe, and Mike for clutch, and then we could just sprinkle in 2 more.
Oh shoot, Reggie Miller got to be in there. I know you don't like him, but
Well, he's a Bruin, but I think clutch. Clutch with rings.
Hey,
Not
Steph.
clutch with nothing. Not
Hey.
clutch with no jewelry.
that man
Because
clutch.
then we'd have to say Dame Lillard. We'd
So
have to
check
say
this out.
Dame.
So was Steph clutch in the 3-point shooting contest? That was clutch.
He wasn't clutching the All-Star game. He had a chance. He had a chance to win it.
Well,
and why the next time down there?
Giannis didn't miss, right?
Hey, this is so funny. When Steph had a chance to end the game and he missed, and then Dame came down and hit it, I said, "There goes my damn theory on the damn. Is he clutch or not from the 3-point?"
There it is.
Were
And
they on the same team?
I'm sitting here thinking that Curry did something monumental. I'm like, wait a minute, I missed the whole thing. He went perfect. He got 30 points. And I'm looking, I rewind. I'm like, what is this Mountain Dew ball where you get to shoot a green ball for nobody ever got that. Like, leave these contests alone, man. And everybody commented on my post. I sound old, but that's why you can't even like really put these guys in the same categories, because they changing it up so much that it's like, okay, how do you compare Curry's greatest performance with Bird's? Because now you threw a monkey wrench in it.
Yeah, you can hit Bird.
What are you talking about?
You can punch Bird in the stomach while you're shooting. It ain't gonna call it.
They now have a Mountain Dew ball where you can shoot a green ball and get yourself 3 points.
They didn't have that before that.
Previous 3-point contests had 4 balls that were regular color. You get 1 point each. And then they had the red, white, and blue ball.
Rodney, are we actually talking about greatest 3-point contest winners of all time? Is that what we're doing?
No. Trey Hopson was a clutch.
Winners.
Wait, what?
We're talking about how you compare the winners, not who was great. Yes, Curry is great. Yes, Klay Thompson is great. Bird was great. But now you throw a monkey wrench in the game when you start changing the rules.
Okay. Thank you, Rod. Listen, if we never change any of the rules, we'd still be playing with a peach basket like when you designed the game.
No,
so the game has to evolve.
We're not talking about that. The game
my mom sends blessings to all of you wonderful people,
Thank you,
hosts
Mom.
and co-hosts, and everybody watching. Listen, we got to let Art talk. But Wayman wants to add that Rodney is old. Nina wants to add that Rodney is old. And Wayman wants to add that Rodney is just old. Thank you all. Peace and blessings to all of you youngsters, letting Rodney know how damn old he is.
And Wayman got
Art,
me by at least 15 years. At least 15.
Shout out to Wayman. He always watches. Thank you. All right, what you got, baby? Tell us about you.
Well, you know.
How is Carter? How is your grandson Carter?
Oh, man. Carter sent me something via text, and I thought it was baby girl sending it to me, and it was Carter. So,
oh wow,
yeah, he's getting up there, playing. He hasn't picked a favorite sport yet, but he's playing basketball, baseball, and football. I'd rather him lean a little towards that baseball, but
wow.
we'll see what he does. Yep. But for Wayman's curiosity, I still give AC grief for leaving the ball on the field.
Guilty.
In the end zone. And
guilty.
Yeah.
It's still there.
And Jimmy Mack was always one of my favorites when I covered UCLA. Yep. But I covered UCLA on 2 different occasions. Covered the NBA for 12 years. My true love, what I really wanted to do was just be a baseball writer. Just my idol was Larry Whiteside, who's a preeminent African-American baseball writer for the Boston Globe. And he was my mentor all through the years when I was coming up. And I wanted to be like Larry. I covered over 100 baseball games a year, but the paper never would give me the outright beat. So that was one thing that was missing from me. But I enjoyed my career. It lasted, up to 30 years, and I enjoyed it. Had some good times, had some good laughs. I don't know if anybody on the panel remembers Lonnie White, who wrote for the LA Times. That was
I do. He had the Clipper beat.
Right. Well, me and Lonnie were rivals, but best friends. That was my best friend. And, when he passed away, that took part of my, my heart with me. But me and Lonnie had some crazy times on the road. Crazy times on the road. I could tell this one a little PG, I can tell it, but we had gone to this strip club in Oregon, and you know how they have the the fake names Candy and Precious and whatever.
I remember Aries in Arizona, but go ahead.
Lonnie hit it off with this one, and she told him her real name. The next day, her boyfriend came in to see her work, and Lonnie called her by her real name.
Mm.
You can imagine how much grief that caused.
Yeah.
As you weren't ever supposed to give the clients any personal information.
Right.
Yeah.
So did the bar fight ensue? Did we get to see a good fisticuffs?
Well, he got in her face. Yeah. Jimmy Mack, I remember your first breakout game in Nebraska when you were a freshman. Remember that one?
He weighed about 35 pounds.
Oh yeah. Yeah. They were gonna redshirt Jimmy Mack that year.
Because it wasn't safe. He was so lightweight, we thought he was gonna get hurt.
Yeah.
Jimmy pads didn't fit.
Yeah. And I was there when they finally did the right thing and switched AC from offense to defense.
Well, you kept me at UCLA because I was going to transfer. I was like, I ain't never backpedaled in my life. I ain't about to start now.
And I remember writing a story about Weldon because they were trying to find what kind of position they were going to put Weldon Ford at. Remember, he was bouncing around all over the place.
Well, he came in there, so he told Donnie Edwards he was going to take his job on a recruiting trip. I said, well, he didn't lack confidence.
I remember when Thaddeus broke Donnie's ankles at that scrimmage in Pasadena. You remember that?
I remember that.
Yeah.
And Donnie's ready to fight.
Yeah. Yeah, Thad should have got more. Thad should have got more run, but Thad was. I gotta say this: Thad was a walk-on trying to act like a scholarship player. You got to get to the meetings 15 minutes early when you're a walk-on.
Hey, listen. My friend Thaddeus Massey, Trey does the same shit with the podcast. We barely let him on, and then he be showing up at meeting time. You a walk-on, bruh. Show up early. Same shit.
Yeah, that's it.
But I love him.
So Art Wayman wants to know if you know if they still have the Herald Examiner and if it's online, because that's all he reads.
The Herald Examiner.
Oh, and if he's still reading it, I bought the last issue. I bought the final issue too.
That's a Red Fox joke. He said, "Let me say Herald Examiner. Let me talk to Harold."
Wow,
good one.
Let me talk to Harold. We're like, is Harold there?
Oh boy. Do you remember the what was that one paper called that was $1.50? Was it called the Sports Daily? It was like all in color and
the National.
Yeah, my buddy David Sternlight, he came from money. He used to buy that paper every day. I was like, yeah, I'll just read yours. I can't afford that back then, late 80s.
They tried to hire me, but I was scared that they were gonna go under.
Well, I guess you were right.
Good call.
They went deep under.
Good call.
Under.
That was
deep
brilliant.
Under.
That was prophecy.
Rod Wayman said, Wayman said you told him that you lost your Security Pacific ATM card.
I'm gonna let that one die slowly.
Yeah. My Montgomery Ward's card gone too.
Nah, USA Today has some longevity though, Wayman. Like that national, that's what it was called. Yeah, our National Sports Daily.
USA
I think that
Today.
was like 2 years or something. But it was like the Times and the Register and the Times and the Register was still a quarter, and it was like $1 or $1.50. It was crazy back then. Like it was just nuts. It was beautiful, and there was no internet, but it was expensive. So Art, what do you do these days? You a coach or something?
Yeah, well, I'm still coaching at Poly. We're hoping we have a basketball season. Looks like we're going to have one. Anthony, I'm still softball umpiring. Remember, we came up at the same time doing that, and
wow.
I went the other.
Yeah, that's great. So Art and I started in 2008, and we were at the same softball clinic. And I decided that even though I loved watching softball, it wasn't for me. And at that same time, we met someone there named Kelly. I can't remember Kelly's last name. Sturgis. We met Kelly Sturgis, and Kelly had also been a football official, and she was D1 in softball, and then she just worked high school in football, but she had some connections. And since I was really on football, she got me and one other person started. Like I knew I was going into football, but she gave us a 1-day clinic out in Carson. The other person is dead to me and will remain nameless, but those of you who know me know who I'm talking about. She helped both of us get started, and then I never looked back. And then she left football for good. And the guy that's dead to me, hopefully he just left officiating, and hopefully he's gone from California, but I doubt he is.
Man, let's go get that food. Let's go get that food.
Nah, let's all just keep our freedom and just hope bad things keep happening to him.
We can wear masks.
He's the devil.
Yeah, my big obsession right now though currently is pickleball. I play pickleball 4 to 5 times a week, and I'm trying to reach another level in the age group status so I can go to these out-of-state tournaments.
What is pickleball?
What is pickleball, Art and Ryan?
Yes,
everybody always asks me if they're black. They ask me what's pickleball.
It's tennis with the little ball, right? It's tennis with a ball that doesn't go that fast.
It looks like tennis. It's on a reduced court, but a lot of people who play tennis try to come to pickleball and play it like they play tennis and get back. There's a different strategy, and in pickleball, it's a lot different than tennis. But I would say it's a combination of tennis, ping pong, racquetball, badminton, and if you put everything in a little cookie bowl and mix them all up, that's pickleball.
You going pro?
I'm trying to.
Oh boy, let me know, man. I would love to come support that. When I go handball championships, I'm gonna go give me a chip in handball, like the Latino cats.
Yeah,
give me some little glove.
At the YMCA, I was playing when I was doing rehab after my hip replacement, and it was fun.
Dang, how old are you, Trey Hop? Hip replacement?
Yeah, I had a hip replacement.
Good Lord.
I'm still young dude with a hip replacement.
Yeah, Bo Jackson.
I bet he showed up on time to that surgery.
Yeah, he did.
Look at him. And then you co-sign. Yeah, he did.
No, prayers to Trey to keep healing. No jokes. Keep healing. Right. Hey,
get them Dak Prescott.
Are you available Sunday morning, Anthony, to golf?
Depends. What time?
7:15.
I can be. Where y'all trying to play at?
Maggie.
Keep me posted, man. How many y'all playing?
We have the tee time. It would be the fourth. It's me, my dad, Trey's brother, and a fourth.
Oh, I can't, man. I teach class. I teach the Sunday school teens. I'm tripping.
What just happened? I named Trey's brother, and you like, I can't. What you got against Eric?
He's dead to me. No. I forgot.
What just happened?
I just forgot. Sundays are no good for me.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Oh, Eric's getting out there with y'all, huh?
I appreciate you.
Yeah, well, yeah. Apparently, Eric is the golfer, like along with my dad.
Playing.
I didn't even know.
Yeah, he's been playing.
Yeah, he saw my post on my birthday, and I was like, "Well, let's do it." So we're gonna go Sunday, 3 of us.
I like your dad's ball. What you call it? Ball address like an old player. He addressed the ball like an old player.
Yeah, there you go. So Nina, stop playing. You know exactly who I'm talking about. I don't need to text you. You know who I'm talking about. Like we all know. Like okay. The top 3 know who I'm talking about. Art doesn't know enough about who I've officiated with to know, and I've mentioned it to Cobbs, but he doesn't know him. Nina, you know who the hell I'm talking about.
I know some bad referees. I know
exactly
about
Marcel Gibson. I'll say his name, Marcel Gibson. You know who I'm talking about. Stop playing.
Oh, we said that on our 1-year thing. We put his name
it's
on
all
there.
right.
Edit
it's
this.
all right. We gave him a little run. Now we move on. Shout out to Nina for getting that out of me, even though I didn't want to say his name. All right. So.
Well, you put it out there. Go ahead, Tupac. Tell him when I see you, it's going to be on. And go ahead, do your lyrics.
Can we play Corrupt? I'm naming names.
Naming names. Hit him up, AC Carter.
And you can rap it. You can rap it like
what do you say? Corrupted motherfucker. And I'm calling out names. Yeah, that's calling out names. Shout out to Trevor Tucker, who first played Calling Out Names for me back in the day when it came out. And shout out to Marvin Peterson, who played No Vaseline for me on a tape over the phone.
Still best disc record of all time, No Vaseline.
Yeah.
Vaseline, yeah.
And I hit him up. I discovered on my own, but yeah.
You can do all Marcel. Right. F. Marcel. Bad boy, staff, regular, whoever knows it.
Work you claim.
Right.
Did it feel good to release it? It was what it was. It was what it was, and it is what it is.
A weight off his chest.
Hey, golf is fun. Listen, I have gotten so deep into golf over the last couple of weeks. Oh, by the way, Quentin Brooks, it's another buddy of ours who's an official. I think he took a little subtle shot at me the other day via text. He saw the golf, saw me golfing with my dad, and then he texted me, and he was like, "So how long you been golfing?" And I was like, "No, how often do you golf?" And I said, "Well, I've only been 3 times, and it's all in the last 2 weeks." And then he sent me, "Ha ha, let me know when you get at me." Wait, what did he say? Something like, "Get at me when you spend a little more time with it." Well, let me tell you something, Quentin Brooks. You better try to beat me now before I know what I'm doing, because I'm coming for you.
That's a backhanded comment. Hey, I don't want to take over your podcast, AC, but before my 2 o'clock, I would like for you guys to discuss what Jerry Jones said about Dak Prescott getting paid too much. Y'all hear that comment?
Okay, well, hold on. I didn't, but let me post. This is what he said. Let me just post this for you guys. He said, "Okay, so let me know when you really pick it up." Yeah, well, then I'll be smashing you. But okay. All right, so let's talk about Jerry Jones.
That's a backhanded comment. So that's a segue into Jerry Jones's comment about Dak Prescott. He basically said, if you don't have the quote to pull up, he says, anything that I've bought that's came out to be a good purchase, I've overpaid for. And the guy sitting next to me made me overpay for him. So I look forward to good things from him. And I was kind of like, really?
Well, here's the thing. So I'll go first. It's very, very difficult for me to say that someone who's done that well in business is not very business savvy, but that's a really stupid ass comment. And I know that's what we're getting at, but I don't have any other way to say that. That's just a really stupid ass comment. He made me overpay for him. Motherfucker, you made him wait for him to finally get paid. And thank goodness he got paid,
Thank you.
while coming off the injury, right? What's up, Matt Maher?
So all that money he's making now is nothing but back pay, even if you don't produce.
Right. Shout out to Shelton Gillis. Yeah.
That's all back pay. So I wouldn't let, if I was Prescott, I would have no pressure on me. I'd be like, look, I was owed that money anyway.
Right.
So I'm gonna show up to work and do the best I can.
But what we know though, and we don't know everybody. Who knows? Trey is a flexer. He might actually know Dak Prescott. Shit, he might have sold him some Jordans or something. But we think we know that Dak is a competitor, right? And we think we know that Dak wants to be talked about as one of the greats to play the game. So, and he doesn't want to be in an overpaid conversation about being overpaid. So he's going to show up and ball out. And I hate the Cowboys, to be clear, but I really want Dak Prescott to do well in a losing situation, of course. Yeah. So yeah, he won't just phone it in, Trey. But yeah, he could, but he won't.
Okay, I want him to be 8-8 and him do well.
Yeah.
I wanted him to jump up in the press conference and say, "What? you wait 3 years to get this money. It's my money, punk."
Right.
I just wanted him to be black one time at the press conference. What you talking about? You made me overpay, fool. You made me wait 2 years for this money. It's my money.
Well, here's the other thing. He underpaid for the Cowboys. So, yeah, I don't know. What could Dak say back? Well, I'm going to show you that you underpaid for me. Like, I want some more money.
Pocket checked him. Start patting him. Like, you got some more in there?
You should sign a contract and pull a Deshaun Watson. And matter of fact, I'm not playing.
I'm not playing. Welcome back, Elaine. All right. So you about to leave, Cobb?
Yeah, I got to get ready to go. I got workshops at 2. I appreciate y'all. RT3. I'm gonna see you at the Poly game if they let us in.
Oh yeah.
You got it, and we got to help. Go ahead.
Before you go, so y'all know I've been working basketball, but I actually have a high school lacrosse game on Saturday, and Rodney made me say this. To be clear, when Poly came into lacrosse, Poly was terrible. Poly's better now, Cobb, but when they came in,
They were terrible.
Under Michael Song and Tony Belmar, they absolutely sucked. So no shout outs to Tony Belmar or Michael Song. They're both punks.
Who turned it around? Who turned it around though? They were pretty good before the shutdown.
Yeah, it's just progression. They just needed time because it is Poly. So we know Poly's great for student athletes.
Wow, he is going off on this anniversary.
1 year anniversary, baby. I tell you who gets a shout out, and I tell you who's a punk. Yeah,
taking names.
Oh, kind of stuff.
So that's got to be in the intro rap. The intro rap got to be a diss record.
Michael Song. Do you know Michael Song? He's in Texas now. How do you know Michael Song? That's weird. You don't know Michael Song. Moving on.
That's my cousin.
Nigga, Wayman
said,
dang.
No, Song. Yeah. Oh, this is Grape Zip Fizz.
How
much Tupac you got in you? Don't call in
people.
I
heard Doug Gottlieb this morning, and he was making statements about the Cowboys overpaid for Dak, they overpaid for Ezekiel Elliott, they overpaid for Amari Cooper, and he was just going on and on, saying that
they overpaid Jason Garrett.
Right. Well, he didn't say that.
Go ahead.
But he was going on and on about Jerry Jones overpays his players because he's a homer and he falls in love with the players that he drafts or signs, and he doesn't know how to move on from them. And I thought that was about as idiotic as something I had heard in a long time. First of all, when he paid Ezekiel Elliott was arguably the best back in NFL. I mean, like, everyone was like, hey, Ezekiel got to get his money because he's carrying the Cowboys, which we realized he wasn't carrying the Cowboys. Dak was carrying the Cowboys. So when I hear people saying Dak shouldn't get his money or doesn't deserve it or he's like grossly overpaid, I'm sitting there thinking about What are these people thinking about? Because like everybody knows by now, I'm a Raiders fan, and I see the Cowboys and the Raiders in the same predicament. They got a pretty good quarterback who has
That's
no.
ambitious of you.
Say it again.
That's ambitious of you. Go ahead.
Oh, but they have no one to throw to. I mean, like
Oh, okay.
Amari Cooper has all the athletic gifts, but he's scary. He has no heart. And then when you go down to the next two receivers under him, they're not good. And so Doug Gottlieb
They're just
at
not
the
good.
time,
They're good. They're good, Rodney. It's probably the best trio in the league.
man.
He said they're not
I look
good.
at it like this. Listen,
And on top of that, you have a defense who can't get stops. And the Raiders have
So
the
the
exact
defense is
same
not
problem.
clutch. The defense is
Say it
not
again?
clutch.
The defense
The
is not
defense
clutch.
is not clutch.
Not even a little bit.
No,
I'll
So-
take the Cowboys receivers
And
over
the,
ours.
and the Raiders have the exact same problem. You know, I hear people hollering, "Oh, get rid of Derek Carr. Get rid of Derek Carr. He doesn't want to run." And I'm like, well, he doesn't need to run. He can throw. And some quarterbacks don't run. That's their game. So when you know that's their game, you go with their strong suit. You don't try to make them into something they're not. So, you know, I'm watching Dak last season. The man threw for 1,600 yards in 4 games before he got injured. They're scoring
you're saying-
38 points twice, 40 points once. It's not on him that the defense can't get a stop. If you scoring 40 points in a football game, you are supposed to be winning that game.
yeah, that's why Dak he deserved his money. And listen, if Carson Wentz can get it, Dak can definitely get it.
So
Hey, we paying Carson Wentz more than Dak getting paid, and he ain't playing for us.
Right.
There you go. There you go.
So, okay. So, Rodney, this is not really you a lot. It's normally Trey who focuses the spotlight on himself. So we were talking about Dak Prescott, and somehow it became about Derek Carr. So are they the same?
No,
You're saying?
I was mentioning the similarities. I used Derek Carr as an example because I was mentioning the similarities that their teams are the same. They have no receivers to throw to, yet you want to blame the quarterback.
Okay,
And
I got
then
you.
you
I see
have
where you're going.
an inconsistent running game, and you have a defense that can't get stops.
I
Okay,
argue
thank you.
the Cowboys receivers are good, Rod. They got a good receiving core, man.
Which one?
Amari Cooper.
Cooper's not good. He's got no
Cooper's
heart.
good. Cooper's good. The young boy, 88, is good. And number 13, Gallup is good. They're all good. I would take them in Philadelphia right now. You take them in Vegas right now.
Gallup is cool. The rest can go.
what
I
about
was glad when the Raiders didn't pay Amari Cooper.
Hey, listen.
He was scared. He was scared against physical corners. I'll say it that way. If you're a finesse corner and you're not going to put hands on him at the line of scrimmage and all of that comes with it, he'll kill you.
He killed my
Somebody
Eagles.
call the FBI. My podcast is being hijacked by Rodney.
The Raiders.
Hey, Rodney, enough about the Celtics and Raiders and Cowboys.
We talking about Dak.
Okay, but you keep talking about the Raiders.
No,
you are
I'm
talking
not.
about the Cowboys receivers. My bad. You're
Thank
right.
you.
Go ahead. Talk about that. I'm sorry.
But that's what I'm saying. You know, like you put him, you give him nothing, and then you don't want to pay the man, and you want to put all the blame on him because you know. And then Doug Gottlieb had to say, "Oh, well, he was a 4th string quarterback, and he got good because of great coaching."
In the fun. Who gives a fuck about Doug Gottlieb? Like seriously, right?
No,
Giving
I'm
him
just
too much
telling
burn.
you. But this
His last
is.
name may as well be Gibson. Doug.
But
Gibson.
this is a sentiment with a lot of people who say that Dak Prescott doesn't deserve the money. Oh, he's not that
okay,
good.
but all right. Raise your hand if you think that Dak Prescott does not deserve the money.
I think he's underpaid as he's been
Yeah,
paid.
it's settled, right? Everybody on the panel thinks
Because-
he deserves more. We're good.
In 3 years, everybody's gonna make that much money. I think he got a deal because quarterbacks, their first playoff game pays their salary. So I think they waited because they knew if they waited this long, it won't hurt as bad. And this way, Dak gets paid twice when he turns 31 and get paid again.
All right, so people are participating, so I'm just going to put it up there. Yeah, and the Suns. Too much burns to the Suns. Elaine says go Raiders, but we got to teach her about hashtags. Nina, of course, wants to talk about anything Arizona. What else, Nina? You want to talk about the Diamondbacks? Like, come on, let's talk about NAU, where my sister-in-law goes. Moving on. All right. So, Art Thompson III. Wait, you're leaving, Cobbs? Thank you for coming. Anthony
Peace out.
Cobbs is our special guest host. Our
I gotta go.
longtime guest host.
Gotta
Thanks
go
for coming
teach.
through.
Gotta go teach the kids. Love y'all, man. Peace out.
All right.
All right, brother.
Be safe.
Go.
See you, Big Art.
Okay, take care, AC.
So, Art, we definitely appreciate you coming on. This has been a ball. Our 1 year anniversary, our 52nd episode. Say it again.
I said I really enjoyed it. Yeah.
And the thing is, you're so cool, calm, and collected. You on your way to a photo shoot, but you're just chilling with us. So we appreciate that. We're gonna keep going, but we want to give you a chance to close out in case you have to hop off. So during our closeout, we just give you a minute, or if you're Rodney, 7 minutes to just give us your part, kind of like Dick Schaap with the parting shot. Back, you remember Dick Schaap on the Sports Reporters used to give a parting shot.
Absolutely.
We call it. Shout out to Dick Schaap, rest in peace. We call it the closeout. So, give us your closeout. All right. Talk about whatever you want.
Well, my closeout is I'm looking forward to March Madness, the NCAA women's tournaments, because for years before it was always UConn and all the rest, and now, UConn is still a powerhouse. But there are threats to their throne and their supremacy now. South Carolina with Don Staley, I mean, they've been an impact now for the last 6 or 7 years with Don at the helm. UCLA has an outstanding team. The Pac-12, to me, is the best conference for women's basketball, although people from the SEC would argue that. So I'm looking forward to a very competitive March Madness, even though we got the pandemic going on and it's all going to be housed at one facility. But it's going to be a great NCAA women's tournament this year, and I'm looking forward to it.
Okay. Thank you, Art. I echo that. You guys know I love me some women's basketball, and I definitely felt like South Carolina was the best team in basketball last year and lost an opportunity to get another championship, but they're right there in the mix this year. Probably going to be the number 1-2 seed because they had those 2 late losses, and the 1 seeds have held strong with UConn, Stanford, and NC State. Although actually Texas A&M just lost, so maybe South Carolina will creep in and be that final 1 seed. UCLA lost in the Pac-12 title game.
Right.
And has been either the best or second best team in the Pac-12 all year, but I know they're going to bump them down to a 3, which is interesting because, UCLA is a contender. Corey Close has done a phenomenal job with them, contending every year. They are in the mix. So, good luck to South Carolina and UCLA. And boy, Art said it, so you better believe it. There are threats to UConn. And actually, UConn, even though they only have 1 loss, spent most of this season not being number 1. So, it was South Carolina and NC State for the most part. But UConn found a way.
Yeah. All right.
Won 14 in a row, just like Stanford. Thanks, Art.
Thank you, fellas, and hope to catch you again. Take care now.
All right, brother. Have a good one.
We appreciate you. So, Elaine says, first of all, Nina concurred. She said Dawn is a beast. And Elaine said anyone but UConn. Nina. Yep. So listen, thank you again to all of our listeners, all of our viewers. You guys are riding with us. We appreciate you. 52 weeks, a whole year, 52 episodes. I couldn't be prouder of my guys right here. Trey is pretty much a lifelong friend, and then Rodney and I have been close ever since we met. I want to say it was 2010. I don't know. I met him at a playoff meeting for Long Beach basketball, and we've been really close ever since. So shout out to both of them. This podcast has been quite a run, and I haven't even told the guys, but in a couple of weeks, I'm going to start being unavailable midday on Thursday, so we're going to have to go to the night. But I got to prep them for that, so we'll talk about it later. I think it's going to be episode 55 will need to be at night. I got to talk to them about that. So, yep, shout out to them. I appreciate you. Rodney, you've had several weeks straight of going after Trey, but Trey did make that cutoff today, so let's just give him one, and why don't you go ahead and close out before him, even though you were here before him, but he made it on time. He made it before the countdown, so let's applaud him. Let's reward the good behavior, and Rodney, go ahead and close out.
Right on. Well, first of all,
unless you guys want to add anything before we close out.
No, we're good.
Okay. Oh man, let me read it to you. Wayman says Rodney's got that old dude sitting in front of the donut shop swag. Weeze out.
There you go.
Weeze out.
Drinking 2 tall cans. There you go.
Man.
Man, this is it's amazing what you think of, in situations like this when we could have just had absolutely no kind of sports feel at all. So I want to thank AC for starting the podcast up and Trey for jumping in there and keeping us, talking about sports, because for a while we were watching like old clips of NFL players playing Madden on ESPN. Like there was absolutely nothing on television.
I got into beach volleyball.
Yeah, they whatever we could find, and then they were trying to just make up things to call them sports. All kinds of stuff going on. But I guess a quarantine will for some produce creativity, and that's what I see with this show. And so I want to thank everyone who's tuned in for the past 52 weeks, and all the laughs and all the jokes, the comments, the deep comments, the thought-provoking things that everyone has said prior, even shouting out Mike Tillery, who started with us, because he played a part in it. It's been fun, man. I hope we keep going. And I see that Flash from the 5 Heartbeats is about to jump on us on Thursdays and go hang with the Horsemen. So I guess we're gonna either have to step it up at night or find a replacement for the 5 Heartbeats, because Flash is leaving. So be safe out there.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for that, Rod. I appreciate you. Wayman, thank you for that. Nina, thank you. Thank you for that. Wayman says, excellent show. Nina said, bye, y'all. Good show. Listen, this is such an honor it's an honor for me to have thought of this idea. And then I want to say I tried to put it together 6 months before the pandemic, and it didn't bite. I think I invited like 6 people, and ultimately we were going to be 5. And then in the 11th hour, when we finally did launch, we were 5, and then the 5th person pulled out, and so we wound up launching as 4. And then in July, something happened, and we wound up being 3. And we're 3 strong. And shout out to 112. Sky's the limit. Shout out to Biggie. Sky's the limit. And I'm really happy to be here with these guys. I'm happy to be able to do this with them. I hate chasing after them for dues, which I need from them. But aside from that, I love doing this with these guys, and I think that we're primed to expand this. You talk about proof of concept, and I just wanted them to buy into my vision, and they did. And so we've been able to put together something for a solid year. So now I have something to go to people with to show, like, look what we've done for a year. Think about what it can be. So I'm glad that they're here with me for this ride, and I've got a vision for this to be way bigger than it is. But for those of you who are here week in and week out, we appreciate you. Whether you're listening back to it, or whether you're watching it live on Facebook, watching it live on LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitch, Periscope, we appreciate you. And we can always count on a certain number of you guys to show up and give compelling comments and compelling content, and that's just so important. We appreciate you guys, because again, we don't get, like, when you guys watch the playbacks, unless you're commenting, then we don't know how you feel. And if you are watching this back, please like, comment, and subscribe or follow. We need that. We appreciate you. Listen, there's so much ugly in the world. I love the solace that I get from coming here with all of you for 2 hours every Thursday. For the next 2 weeks, it'll still be at noon, but my vision is that it'll probably be something like 6 p.m. or whatever works for them the week after that. And that's going to be tough because, I got lacrosse, Rodney's got football. So we're going to have to commit and block that day from sports. So it's something I got to talk to them about. So we'll figure it out. But for now, we're still good. Noon, Thursdays. Love them. Love you guys. Please keep coming out. As Elaine said, stay real, safe, and healthy. It's very important. Oh, what I was saying. There's so much ugly in the world. Please try to be a ray of light on those that you come into contact with, those that you impact. Please be a positive impact on those that you impact. It's extremely important. I want to say thank you to our educators. My mom, retired teacher, Cobbs, Jimmy Mack, Elaine, dealing with students every day, Art, dealing with players. Shout out to Reggie Morris, coach at Fairfax. I talked to him today, and I'm gonna speak to his class next week, next Friday actually, and also gonna speak to some of his travel ball players about finances and about credit education and stuff. Those of you who impact people, especially our students every day, it's really important because they are our future. And so we really appreciate you guys. Wayman just reminded me, I pay my bills through my businesses. I have Recon Credit Repair, and by the way, I have a do-it-yourself platform now. So if you don't want to pay for full service credit repair, I have a do-it-yourself platform that's a lot less expensive. As a matter of fact, if you reach out to me today about credit repair, I'll give you the first month for free of the do-it-yourself platform. How about that? Boom. So then there's also Legal Hustle Apparel, and Wayman is asking me to put the link in. So it's literally just thelegalhustle.com. So I'm going to go ahead and share that. Rodney, can you type that in for me? Thelegalhustle.com. Type it in on Facebook so that I can flash it across the screen. Oh no, I got it. I can do it. I can just do it here. No, yeah, do it for me, Rod. Sorry. Yeah. So I listen. I appreciate you guys. Yeah, I went to a lot of schools, but I finished at Fairfax with Trey, and I know Wayman went there. Rodney was at Poly in their inaugural class of 1866. So he was a little before us. But anyway, listen, 1 hour, 58 minutes, and 46 seconds in. Thank you all. This is 52 weeks. This is 1 year. We are stronger than ever because of you guys. Yeah, thelegalhustle.com way right here. We are stronger than ever because of you guys. This is where you can get Legal Hustle t-shirts, hoodies, masks, hats, and if you want or phone cases, if you want something else, just let me know. I can go ahead and design it. But yeah, thelegalhustle.com. Always thankful for the support. Thank you all. We appreciate you. I know everybody got to get back to work. 1 year strong. Thank you. Oh, hold on. Yes, Elaine. Thank you. What is this? What is? Oh, you name it. You're hitting somebody up. Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
that's my boy Shelton. He does sports art.
Oh, that's Shelton Gillett.
Kind of art. Hit up his website, and he's already got art that's been put out all over. As a matter of fact, I walked in someone's house on the East Coast that I knew, and she had one of his pieces hanging up in her living room. He's outfitted my mom's whole house. I have some of his, so hit him up if you look for art or you like art, and check and see what he has. He's doing the greatest for different schools. So he's doing research to figure out who the greats were in high school at certain schools for basketball, football, different sports, and he's making a portrait of those people.
Okay.
So
shout out to you for that. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Shout out to you for that, Shelton. It would be John Williams on the West Coast and Lou Alcindor on the East Coast for basketball. I don't think there's any question about that. Yeah, high school. I don't know for the other sports. But yeah, I would love to see that when it's done. But John Williams and Lou Alcindor for sure. And then, of course, Lou Alcindor would be the greatest. But John Williams was apparently a beast. Rodney would know better than Trey and I, because Trey and I weren't even like, I don't know, were we like 1 or 2 or 3? And Rodney was seasoned. It is a blessed milestone or a blessed milestone. And I'm happy to be here with you guys. And again, thank you all. Like Rodney said, reach out to Shelton. Like I said, credit repair or apparel, thelegalhustle.com. At some point, there will be Collective Podcast merch. It'll come. It's not here yet, but again, just proof of concept. We're a year in, so look for us to continue, but also look for bigger and better things. Yeah, it will. Whoa! Oh, it's only poly, so it's the great of the poly athletics. Okay. So.
Okay, I thought he was doing more than one. All right.
So. Yeah. All right. Shout out. Thank you all. We appreciate you. We're out. Hold on. Somebody, he's saying good job to us. That's Rodney's phone ringing, of course. Rodney works at the DMV on the side. Oh, wait. Let me do my countdown. I almost forgot.